Amen.
Revelation 6 and 12 through 13. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. 13. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. Nahum 1 and 2 through 3. Thy power is jealous, and thy power revengeth. Thy power revengeth and is furious. Thy power will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. 3. Thy power is slow to anger, and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. Thy power has his way in the whirlwind, and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet.
Yeah. Learning how to function out of a house. Tabernacles, we are having it now. Booth life, we are practicing now. City about to be no good. Flood waters off of your hood. Tornadoes, hurricanes. Buildings fell when the flow shook. No more ignoring the prophesy. Going on about your wretched life. Finna get very uncomfortable by the terrible hands of the Most High. He create light and darkness, good and evil for his own means. If it wasn't for his wind and water, then how could they operate a heart machine? Isaiah 45 and 7, right? I, the Lord, do all these things, using you till he through with you, then removing you from the whole scene. But it's chosen to be safe though. Rest in, stay thankful. This is why you got us dwelling in the tent, cause it's worry finna take hold. Couldn't they make the heart machine blow away your little tent stuff? Spin your book to Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 4 with it say no. Keep reading it to tell you how a higher be your fire round about our midst. How we won't even need walls. What you say, hammer, can't touch this. Can't touch this. Booth life. Booth life. Tabernacle. Tabernacle. Tent life. Tabernacle, tabernacle. On our way out, on our way out. Tabernacle, tabernacle. Booth life, booth life. Tabernacle, tabernacle, tabernacle. Happy feast of tabernacles, tabernacle. Booth life, booth life. Tabernacle, tabernacle. On our way out, on our way out. Tabernacles, tabernacle. Tent life, tabernacles, tabernacle. Same way we came up out of Egypt, how it's finna be. We on our way out. Same way you brought us out of that captivity. On our way out. After all the aggression, cause they hate us. We on our way out. After all that depression and free labor, cause bang. Back in the tent, back in the tent. That's how we spent the period between the servitude and our new kingdom we was finna get. We witnessing the end of Job 9 and 24. Beginning of the rise of the holy chosen people. So they mad, playing games with the weatherman, cause they evil. Down south to the Midwest, out to Puerto Rico. Earthquakes upon Haiti and Mexico. Brought that typhoon on the Filipinos, and they think they gon' escape. Falling to the ground on that day. Spend a lot of millions on the bunker they could run into and try to get away. After all the wickedness they done orchestrated, but when we gaze in, not a whole bunch of tents, well you know we safe then, yeah. Booth life, tabernacle, tent life, tabernacle. On our way out, tabernacle. Booth life, tabernacle. Happy feast of tabernacles, Booth life, tabernacle. On our way out, tabernacles. Tent life, tabernacle. It's all right here in this book. Read the Bible. Matthew 24 and 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and
kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Precept, get it again. Luke 21:10-11. Then he said unto them, nation shall rise against nation, nation against nation. That's these wars. Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, and kingdom against kingdom, kingdom against kingdom. That's these wars, like to take down the Gaza, to take down the Syria. That's nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places. Earthquakes in diverse places. That's a multitude of places spread out in regions where earthquakes ain't even known to happen. Look at what's going on in Mexico. Mexico ain't known for no earthquake. It's being done artificially. What about what happened in Haiti? Haiti is not known for earthquakes. That's diverse places. They're doing that with the heart machine. And what else? It's famine. Famine is lack of food, starving. Look at all these third world countries that's hungry, when food is supposed to be coming out the ground, coming out the trees, coming out the bushes. Where their vegetation at? What happened to their food? Where they cattle at? Let us read on. And pestilence. Pestilence is sicknesses, diseases. Look at how sick this world is. Hospitals is all over the place, everywhere, sitting right across the street from each other. They huge and they full of people. Everybody's sick. And what else? And fearful sights. Kapow, fearful sights. There's your hurricanes, your tornadoes, your tsunamis, and where would they be coming from? And great signs shall be in the heaven. Great signs coming from the heavens. The heaven is the sky. So that's where it's going to be coming from, the sky. There's your rainstorms. It snowed in LA. Snow in LA? How? By that heart machine. They're doing it artificially. They're controlling the weather. It don't snow in LA. That's great signs coming from the heaven. Hailstorms and baseball-sized pieces of ice falling out the sky, busting people in the head, taking everybody windshields and windows out. That ain't normal. That's signs coming from the heaven. This is prophecy being fulfilled. Typhoons, Hurricane Katrina, Harvey, Irma, Hurricane Jose. Family, you see this? This was prophesied. The Most High told us long beforehand that these things would happen. He didn't say how, but he said they would happen. And these are all his elements. All these elements belong to him. There's only one wind. This same wind that's forming these tornadoes and blowing these hurricanes through the cities and all of that is the same wind that he breathed into the breath of Adam. It's only one wind. The same wind that would come out of your mouth if you blew into your hand. The same wind he sent on that ship in the book of Jonah and made the sea to rage and dang near swallow up their boat until they gave up Jonah out of their boat, till they tossed Jonah out the side of their boat into the sea. That wind and water belongs to the Most High. There's only one water. Wherever water form, however it form, all these elements belong to him, and he do with them elements as he pleases, at his own will and for his own purpose. So heart machine or not, when he tell you Matthew 24 is gonna happen, and he tell you Luke 21 these things is gonna happen, then that's what he means, Precept, get it again, who's doing all this? Isaiah 45:7. I form light, he forms light, and create darkness, and he creates darkness. I make peace. He can bring us to peace if he chooses to, or what else? And create evil. He create evil too. It's at his will that they run in that heart machine. I, thy power, do all these things. He, the Most High Power, Ahaya, is doing all these things. Good or bad, light or darkness, peace or evil. It is happening for his own purpose and at his own will. Precept, get it one more time. Jeremiah 25:30-32. Therefore prophesy against them all these words, and say unto them, thy power shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. Kapow against all the inhabitants of the earth. All who disobeyed and refused to repent and listen to him. When we out of time, he gonna tread us like grapes. To tread is to step on. So whatever would happen if you stepped on a grape, that's what he about to do to this earth. You see that? That means he about to utterly crush us. 31. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. A noise to the ends of the earth. Sound like strong winds to me. You ever heard the noise that come from a tornado? Or when it's a hurricane outside? I bet all the islands can tell you what that sound like. That just got hit heavy. San Juan, the Bahamas, Cuba. Cuba can tell you about it. What about the Midwest and the States? And in the Mid-East? What about down south, Houston, Florida? Florida can tell you what that sound like. They just got hit real heavy. Why? Let us read on. For thy power has a controversy with the nation. Because Ahaya got a controversy with the nation. He got beef. He got a problem. You live lawlessly and you don't care. Yeah, well, time's up. He about to start making our lives feel it. He will plead with all flesh. He will plead with all flesh. Plead. What does plead mean? Number H8199 in your Strong's Concordance. And it means to judge, to avenge, to condemn, to defend, or to deliver. So it doesn't mean he about to beg you. Nah, that's not what that means. This is not that kind of plea. He gonna judge the wicked and avenge the righteous. He's gonna condemn the wicked and defend and deliver the righteous. You see that? That's what it means when he say he gonna plead with all flesh. Let us read on. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith thy power. He will give all the wicked to the sword. That's violence. So you see how that tie together? The higher wicked is punishing the lower wicked with the heart machine. The righteous ain't tripping. We have relations with the Most High, so we have faith in endurance. We got a strong rock to stand on, and we understand why these judgments must happen in the earth, and that this kingdom must be destroyed before we receive ours. So trust me, we are absolutely fine with all of this. We just sitting back watching prophecy be fulfilled, like, come on baby, let's get this kingdom. But the wicked with no faith is just getting beat up by the same people who run the system that they believe in, that they trust in. You see that? But the higher up wicked that's punishing this earth, they got theirs coming too. Don't trip, we gonna get into that. They ain't getting away with nothing. But let's keep going right now with this topic. Get 32. 32. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation. Evil shall go forth from nation to nation. There's that nation rising against nation again. That's all these wars. And what else shall you sing, Father? And a great whirlwind. A great whirlwind. Sound like a hurricane to me. Sound like a tornado and a typhoon to me, huh? All that. That's wind. That's wind that's blowing these buildings apart and stripping these trees naked and all that. And where will these whirlwinds come from? And a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. From the coast of the earth. You mean the coast like what just came out the water and went up through San Juan and hit all the rest of the islands on its way up? Everything in its path. Until it drove up through Miami into Florida and kept on going up into the Midwest and Mideast. That's a whirlwind raising up from the coast of the earth. You see that? Sound like a heart machine to me. What say you? That's why this earth is suffering how it's suffering. The higher wicked is punishing the lower wicked. It's the wicked that's catching the brunt of this treachery. Matter of fact, let's just go on and get the wicked rulers of the earth right now. Let's go on and get them out the way, because they seem to never be effective. Kinda seem like they gonna get away with all the evil that they done orchestrated in the earth. Yeah? Well, let's see. What say you, Isaiah? Isaiah 24 and 16 through 18. From the uttermost part of the earth have we heard song, even glory to the righteous. I have heard the songs and the glory of the righteous, and the promises that are available to the righteous. But, there is a but. But I said, but. What did you say, Isaiah the prophet? He about to tell us what he sees in the midst of all of this song of the righteous. Prophet Isaiah seemed to be worried about something else. The Most High is showing him something. He a prophet. That's what prophets do. They brought forth the future prophecies of a higher whom the world calls God. And what do you see, Prophet Yashaiah? My leanness, my leanness, my leanness, my leanness, my thinness, my poorness, my tribulation, my poverty, he's saying. Woe unto me, woe unto him, woe is me. My woes, my problems, he's saying. My hurt, my suffering. Why are you suffering, Yashaiah? The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. The treacherous deal treacherously. That's why he's suffering. Yeah, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. They have dealt very treacherously. 17. Fear in the pit and the snare are upon thee. So that's what Yashaiah is seeing. He's seeing all of this trouble that the earth is about to face in the midst of the song of the righteous. Let's go through what he just said. What he see? Fear, that's scary sights. The pit, that's hell, or a deep hole in the ground, huh? The snare is a trap. That's a trap. Oh, inhabitant of the earth. Oh, inhabitant of the earth. That's the dwellers of the earth. That's the people on the earth. He's telling us we in trouble. Now let's get the causer. Get 18. And it shall come to pass. And it shall come to pass. It shall become a reality that what, Yashaiah? That he who fleeth from the noise, kapow, fleeing from the noise. That he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit. Falling into a pit. This is talking about the rich. He shall flee the noise and fall into a pit. Running from the war and running from the weather and the wreck of the earth, huh? That's a fallout shelter. That's a bomb shelter. He gonna run down into his bunker. Let us read on. And he that cometh about of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. So he know he better not come about that pit, or he gonna get took in the snare. See, he hiding out. Keep on getting it. What's going on out there? Give us some more. For the windows from on high are open. Cause the windows windows from on high are open. The Most High got his windows open and he pouring down wrath upon the earth. He ain't coming out of there. He know what's waiting for him if he come out of there. And we gonna have to go to their bunkers and get him. So no, the rich and the wicked rulers of the earth and all of that, they ain't getting away with nothing. They ain't escaping nothing down there. But the wrath of the Most High gonna be waiting for him and we gotta go drag them out of their hole. But in the meantime, between time, let's get some more of what's waiting for him outside they bunkers. And the foundation of the earth do shake. The foundation of the earth is shaking if they come out of there. So see, they in the fort, some type of fallout bomb shelter. And you seeing them buying them up too, and they cost millions and millions of dollars. And they full of food, they got running water, they got everything they need down there. Down deep into the ground, in a hole. So they gonna forsake this earth. And they gonna leave everybody else to just die and just get towed up by the heart machine and shook to death in earthquakes. Yeah, all of you people that love getting up and going to work in the morning, that love chasing after they rewards and they degrees and they paychecks, you finna get forsaken straight out. They gonna run down in they bunker that they done spend all these riches on and lock the door. That's who gonna do that. That's your rich man, your wicked ruler of the earth. Keep going. What's the end result of this? 19. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is utterly broken down. Broken down how? The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is clean dissolved. Ain't no sin and filth going on no more. Not at this time. All that's done. What is left of the earth is back scared of the Most High again. He done took it and shook it. He done took it and shook some sense back into it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think it's funny when we be talking this righteousness to y'all. You ain't gonna think this funny right here though. Let us read on. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth is moved exceedingly. You see that? It has been moved, broken. Like how you got a house train a dog. What they call that? House broken? Yeah, well this whole world is broken. The whole world has been moved. You know the song, we shall not be moved. That means we will not compromise. That means we will not be moved from where we stand on things. That means you are stubborn in your decision that you have made, huh? Yeah, well, the earth has been moved at this point. That means it ain't sinning freely like it was before he started shaking it. Am I? Huh? You see that? Get 20. 20, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. The earth done weave back and forth like a drunkard, like a drunk man. That's an earthquake. It shall be removed like a cottage, folded up like a tent. Why? And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it. That's why, because the sin was heavy on it. So what did the Father have to do as a result of this? And it shall fall and never rise again. It fell and it never rose again. There's gonna be nobody to rebuild it. That's it. Done. No more. So this wicked godless system you looking at right now, it's gonna fall. And it ain't never rising up again. 21, and it shall come to pass in that day. And it shall become a reality in that day that what? That thy power shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high. Bam, there it is there. He shall punish the hosts of the high ones. Your host is your God. The deities that was getting their spiritual guidance from. And the gods that they were serving, huh? Because everybody has a God. They fool you like it ain't got to be important in your life because God just means power. So if you ain't connected to yours, then you don't have no power. That's how they're able to do all of the things that they are able to do to you. Because they're serving their gods. They're doing what their gods want them to be doing, which is all this wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Who you think taught them how to hack the Most High's water and wind? To form his heat. The stuff that you see this heart machine doing. That gave them the Georgia Guidestones. That gave them King Alfred's plan. That gave them their one world order, this new world order stuff that they talking and all of this. Where you think that's coming from? That's coming from gods. Same way how our God is telling us to do all of this stuff. They're doing the same thing on the opposite end. So it's not only them that's going to be punished. Their gods also got to be punished. And it's going to happen on this day. So that's talking about their gods being punished. And who else should be punished? And the kings of the earth upon the earth. The kings of the earth that are upon the earth. So these kings are on earth. They are not spiritual deities. You see that? They regular men. Flesh, blood, and bones. Drinking water and breathing oxygen. You see this? That's the wicked rulers of the earth. The presidents and emperors. Those who were the head of nations and running these kingdoms we see. Baby, that's the UN and them, huh? And the so-called royal and high ones of the earth. The rich. That done ran down in their holes when things were getting too deep for them. When they know the Most High done took over. Let's go and get Micah one time and pull them up out their holes. Micah 7:13 through 17. Notwithstanding, the land shall be desolate. Now that's talking about our land. Our land shall be desolate and empty. That's what desolate is. Because of them that dwell therein, for the fruit of their doing. So that's when sin got in and took over us. We fell. Our enemies rose and ran the earth. It went into their hands. Job 9:24, right? That's when it went into their hands. That's when they started covering the faces of the judges thereof. We are those judges. Now watch this. Let's bring Israel back right fast. Watch this. 14. Feed thy people with thy rod. The rod is the law. So feed us again with the law and what? The flock of thine heritage. The flock of thine heritage. So feed us again with the law and our Hebrew roots, our heritage, huh? Let us read on. Which dwelleth solitarily in the woods. Which dwells solitarily in the woods. Kapow, there we go in the wilderness. How would we live in the wilderness? You guessed it. In tents, in booths, in tabernacle, in the midst of Carmel. Let them feed in Bashan and Gilead. In the midst of Carmel and Bashan and Gilead. As in the days of old. Kabang, like it was in the days of old. Like it was before we got ran off away from there, huh? 15. According to the days of thy coming out of the land of Egypt, will I shew unto him marvelous things. Kapow, just like it was when he brought us out of the land of Egypt. He gonna do it again and show us marvelous things out there. 16. 16. The nation shall see and be confounded at all their might. The nations with an S. So see, this is bigger than Egypt. This has not happened yet. We don't just have one enemy as Egypt anymore. The whole world gonna catch it this time. So it's nations with an S on it now. They're gonna be confounded, confused, shocked at all of our might. This when they're gonna know that they messed up. They're gonna lay their hand upon their mouth. Now it's about to get real. Their ears shall be deaf. Their ears shall be deaf. They can't hear nothing. Ain't been nothing but loud noise and bombs and earthquakes. And however else the Most High shook the earth. They ain't escaping nothing down in their bunkers. I tell you that right now. The Most High got some other weapons he gonna have us using and all of that. Some heavenly weapons. So, you know, they're not getting away with nothing down in them bunkers, man. They gonna hear noise. They gonna come out of there deaf in the ears. And what else? 17. 17. They shall lick the dust like a serpent. They coming up out of there dusty. They shall lick the dust like a serpent. They shall move out of their holes like the worms of the earth. Moving up out their holes like worms of the earth. They crawling up out of their bunkers. They coming up out of them shelters that they built and pay high millions for. You see that? They shall be afraid of the Most High thy power. Oh, they coming up out of there scared. Oh, you scared of a high now, ain't you? It ain't cool to be sinning now, is it? Yeah, okay. They shall be afraid of the Most High our power. And who else they gonna be afraid of? And shall fear because of thee. They shall fear because of thee. Thee mean you. So they're gonna be scared of us too. All praise be to the Most High, Bashem Yeshaya, Wawawakudah. This that Brew World order right here, baby. Come on up out your hole. Come on. It's your turn to serve. Cut bang. All while the world was getting shook and tore up and bombed and starving and strong winds blowing everywhere. Where was the children of Israel at? Where was the Most High chosen people at that you see suffering in this earth right now? Beat up and going through every kind of demotion. Let's get it. Isaiah chapter 4 verse 5 through 6. And thy power will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion and upon her assembly a cloud of smoke by day and the shining of a flaming fire by night. So the Most High was a cloud of smoke around us by day and a flaming fire by night. Tell us more about this smoke and flame of fire. For upon all the glory shall be a defense. Kabam, he was a defense. A defense where? A defense for what? 6. And there shall be a tabernacle. Come on. For our tabernacle. That's what this was a defense for. That's where the children of Israel will be. Dwelling safe in a booth, in a tent, a tabernacle. Let us read on. Tell us more, Yasha'aya. I love the book of Isaiah. For a shadow in the daytime from the heat. Protected in the daytime from the heat. So wasn't no heat getting up in there to harm us. Kapow, that heart machine has now been defeated. They ain't getting no heat off in there. What else? And for a place of refuge. Cause it's a place of refuge. It's a place of safety. Safety from what? And for a covert from storm and from rain. Bang. Heart machine ain't gonna be able to get in there with nothing. Not no storm, not no rain, not nothing. Ain't gonna be able to do no harm to us right there. They can't do nothing with that, huh? These tents, these booths, these tabernacles was being protected day and night by the hedge of the Most High, huh? Precept, get it again. 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and 27 through 28. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. See that? While the rest of the world was weeping and sorrowful, we was happy and had everything. 28. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith thy power. Well, there you have it. There it is there. The heathen was jealous about our situation in the wilderness in these tabernacles and couldn't do do nothing about it. We will be sheltered, protected, and having everything. That's why they taking advantage of what they can do now. That's why they sending the heart machine on us and tearing up our neighborhoods and flooding us out and doing all of this stuff to us, just trying their best to make us uncomfortable. That's why they dogging us out. That's why they can't handle the sight of us when we come walking through the door. That's why they killing us in the street. That's why they sneaking all kind of garbage in the food. That's why they doing everything that they can do right now to harm us and give us some kind of suffering. Cause once we get here, they ain't gonna be able to do nothing. But the Most High is on the other side working, He getting us geared up, having us learn how to dwell and function in the tent, preparing us to leave their houses and their buildings and their structures and their strong towers that the whole world has its faith in. So you look at these buildings and stuff get ripped apart real good, cause that's what your faith is in. Nah, we gotta put our faith in the Most High, cause ain't nowhere to run from Him, ain't nowhere to hide from Him, ain't nowhere we can run where He can't get to us. He gonna get to us. That's why we celebrating this feast. Happy Feast of Tabernacles, Joshua. Allah, hold tight, be strong and don't fold. It's gonna be hard, but we gonna come out the other side of this thing. We serve the greatest God, the highest God, the righteous God, the strongest God, the higher higher. I am that I am. You know the slogan, BWO. We taking over, keeping it active. Brunity group, Hebrews and unity. Which one you got a problem with? Hebrews or the unity? Gathering the Christ Church in these latter days, and I'm your brother Brown. Shalom, love y'all, Kwam Yashar. Leviticus 23 and 39 through 44. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto thy power 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. 40. And ye shall take ye on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Most High thy power are highest 7 days. 41. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Most High thy power 7 days a year. It shall be a statute forever in your generation. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. 42. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. 43. That your generation may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Most High thy power of height. 44. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of thy power